Get it sooner. I want to play with it.
Yeah, that's why he wants it. I was gonna say my job. My topic is about jobs. That actually would have been a good segue. Job simulator into
come back.
Talking about. I want to know our first jobs.
I'm really sore.
Didn't we all have the same job?
Yeah, that's what's gonna make it hilarious. So I talked about first dates. Now I want to know about your first job, just because I think that's all of us had jobs growing up while we were in school. None of us were that kid who had like focus on his studies. We all went in there balls deep, had our first jobs.
Yeah, I wanted money, man.
Money was motivating.
Well,
I know what we did with our money. What did you do with your money?
But we might not have all had
bought
the
sandwiches.
Same first job. Like, did anyone have like a paper route?
I worked with my grandmother. I got paid.
Oh, you worked at that place. What was
I
that?
got a bakery.
Yeah, what was that place called?
The bakery was way after that, man.
No.
Oh, yeah. Accubid.
Accubid. You were, yeah. That was huge.
I'd go in there in the summer and get paid minimum wage to do stuff envelopes and stuff. So I guess that counts.
Yeah,
this is not relevant right now, but I'm really actually, for some reason, really in pain. I held a prosciutto up yesterday.
As one does.
I had a stag, the prosciutto thing.
Did you? You didn't win.
I didn't win.
Top 3?
Gus won. Gus, Angela's dad.
Mm-hmm.
He won. He cheated, but I'm okay with it because he won, and I'm getting a cut of his prosciutto. But it wrecked me for some reason. Doing this for, I only did it for a minute 30.
I'm starting the gym on Monday. There's a good chance I can't play soccer on Wednesday. Really good chance.
Jesus Christ. We're going on Monday though.
Yeah, Monday. 100%.
Okay.
I actually went to the gym. I'll be honest with you. This is so off topic, but you guys have been talking. You've been talking on the group chat we have about going back to the gym.
Work gym.
So that week I told Tanya, I'm like, Jamie's going to the gym.
Yeah, you can't let me upstage
I told her I cannot have Jamie going to the gym and me sitting at home eating nachos. Not.
God, that could be such an inspiration.
Exactly it. And I went to the gym the other day, and that I think has to do with me being sore. Like, and then I held the prosciutto and everything like that. But I went to the gym the other day, rocked a nice workout. In you were my inspiration.
Nice. I've never had that before.
It's a nice trickle down effect.
Yeah. So going back to first jobs, I did have a paper route. I did way back. So it was before I was 13 because I was in my old neighborhood back near Young and Shepherd. It sucked. It didn't work because it had to be like Saturday at like 5 a.m. And basically your dad or mom has to like kind of wake you up and kind of get you going, and they go with you, right, for the first. And so like
it's good responsibility.
It was like no, not happening. So that was short lived. And then my first job where it was consistent and regular and whatever was at the bakery. So what you're thinking of is the second bakery which you opened up in Woodbridge, but the first bakery, which is at
Weston and
Finch, was there for years, and
that one's closed down now.
That's all the whole it's gone. But I would go there Sundays. I start off Sundays, so that my aunt could take the day off,
go to church, do
her thing, yeah. And I would go in on Sundays, and I had to be there for 6 a.m. But my dad would drive me a couple of times. The rest of the time, I'd be like, "You're taking your bike," and like a 20-minute bike ride. I'd ride my bike there, and it was 6 to like 1, and I'd just help with the cashier. Hand out the pastries in the box or in the bag, hand them out, cashier, and it was great. I loved it. The greatest memories I have are kind of. Not greatest memories, but a lot of really good memories come from that. But that was cash.
These are all under the table. I was going to say, we got our first job at Colossus.
So that's the thing. Like our first job, like on the books, paying taxes, being a member of society.
Like I needed a SIM card.
Was
grade 9, 15 years old, Famous Players Colossus.
Famous Players Colossus.
Yeah. And I think I was the first one to get a job out of our immediate friend group, and then it was just domino effect.
You're the oldest.
You are the oldest by far.
So. Well, Will was I think wasn't Will a lifeguard well before we got our first jobs? Yeah, right.
Yeah, he was, but he's not on this show.
So how does that work? How does that work if you weren't legally able to work till you're 15? How was he a lifeguard?
You can volunteer or something like that because you have to do training and stuff.
Well, maybe he was. I don't know. I
don't think you get hired as a lifeguard. I don't know. Yeah, leave a comment. I don't think you get hired as a lifeguard until you're whatever legal age, but you can you do your training and stuff like that.
While we were working these jobs where we actually had to work, Will was sitting on a lifeguard chair during his teens,
getting his tan on
for at least 3 times what we were making.
I want to talk about that in a minute. So let's not talk about that for a second because I want to talk about what jobs, having worked ourselves and our kids. I think the three of us are going to encourage our kids to work, right?
Yeah.
Get jobs, part-time jobs, of course, right? what are you going to recommend for them? Like, having seen the potential, are you going to let them pick? Like, are you going to let them work out?
They need to be, what's the word I'm looking for? They need to experience retail.
Yeah.
Because I think retail made me such a more logical and smarter person.
I think customer service is a very important thing. Like, even in your work, customer service is still a very important thing. Even what I do in recruiting, customer service, those principles of customer service and dealing with people and understanding that there's so many different, you have a business, right? So you have to deal with people all the time. Understanding that there's different people who are just
retail customer service comes hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
But you get exposed to such stupid people, and you have to learn to just like deal with it and be your best person.
But the reason I bring this up is because having now in retrospect, I can't go do it now, but the lifeguard gig to me is a phenomenal gig. Phenomenal. And I think Will and his brother did it right. Like, they had a monopoly on that whole thing for a long time. Because it's a job that's kind of fun. You're outdoors. It actually has responsibility, right? Like, I mean, as far as a resume goes, like you have like some life skills, like first aid, and you can go more advanced stuff like that too.
It was a lot more fun too. They had like crazy burrow bashes.
Remember
I've been
those?
to a few.
Yeah, those things were crazy.
Yeah, classes didn't have no parties.
Colossus, I mean,
Colossus
I don't
did
think
have parties.
Colossus did have parties, and I had a lot of fun at Colossus too. Don't get me wrong. And I don't regret my time at Colossus. I had a great time. I met a lot of good friends, and I loved movies. I think that kind of sparked my kind of, not passion, but like my big interest in movies was working there and having free access to movies when they came out, whenever.
You know how I work for myself now?
Yeah.
I think I figured it out and why I have to. Because if you count my jobs I've had, I just can't stick around anywhere for very long. I had Colossus, Staples, Swiss LA,
Second
Cup, Blue Notes, Costa Blanca, Accubid. There's like, I'm forgetting like 5 more.
That's like saying you had 8 girlfriends in elementary school. That doesn't count, man. Like, it, those are the teenage, like, that's when you just kind of hop
Banana
around.
Republic for one day.
Yeah. Like,
what happened there? Are you in a stock?
I went for a training day, and it was like a team building day. I got paid for it, and I just was like, not my thing.
Yeah, but I don't think that says anything about like your work ethic or character. Like, if you were an adult like you are now, and you had a real job, like you would stick around because you understand. Like, I quit Baskin Robbins.
You didn't quit.
They're still expecting you to show up.
Yeah.
You just popped smoke.
No, when I quit the second time. Like I just, or was it Sears at one point too? I did that, but I did that with no plan. Like, I had no job lined up. I was like jobless for 2 months.
I don't want to work here anymore. Unemployed.
Yeah, because I will find the next $6.85 an hour job down the hall. Like, there's no real consequence to life, and you're 16, 17 years old. You're living at home.
That's true.
Some of my favorite memories from having a job were like, I'd be working at Blue Notes in Yorkdale, and he'd be working at Baskin Robbins in Yorkdale, and we were right across the hall from each other. It's so cool. It was like I was standing greeting, and Nick was just standing there, not saying anything. It was like, hi. It's
actually good because I remember like there'd be times where like me and Vince would like, what is tonight? And I think it literally be like, I think Jamie's working. We'd go to Yorkdale and just go
those times, man.
Kind of hang out with you at Yorkdale for a little bit while you were working.
Wasn't there a point where you were at Second Cup, I was at Baskin Robbins? I'm pretty sure you could get like ice cream and then go get
Oh yeah, exactly. We'd come to see you, get a coffee, and at that point we had nothing to do. Vince and I would like walk around the mall, but we'd come see you, grab a coffee for free, and then go get an ice cream for free, and then carry on with our lives.
What was your favorite job?
I want to say, special mention goes to Sears. I worked at Sears, Young and Dundas, and I think it was in the prime of my life because I got it when I was 18. I turned 19 while working there, and I worked 3 years. 19 years old, I worked at Young and Dundas. I was making more at that time. I was making like $10 an hour, which was more than minimum wage was, and every weekend, I would finish work, like it was closing shifts. I'd actually like request them on Fridays and Saturdays. We'd go out, and there was a big team. Like there was cosmetic girls, right, that give out samples, right. I worked security, right. So my job in security was to walk around the store, and I didn't wear a uniform, so I wear my own clothes. And so we'd always chat up the cosmetic girls, and then there was the different shops and the jewelry and the women's clothing. And so you had all these friends and connections and people. It was a very young crowd, right. Some people could have been in their 20s, whatever. I was 19, but after work, you'd find one group of people and you go to the bar all the time.
That sounds like your favorite job, or is that still your special mention?
That's my special mention because it was fun. It was fun being able to go out all the times. Working downtown, I loved it. Sometimes it'd be like special events going on at Yonge and Dundas across the street.
So that had nothing to do with Sears. It's just the fact that you were downtown.
But that's right. It had nothing to do. The job itself was
just prime
loss
location.
prevention. It was fun. It was like we make arrests and I learned a lot. I think as far as life skills, because I had to deal with a lot of really kind of difficult situations, like violent situations and like really serious first aids and stuff like that. It's downtown Toronto, man. Anything can happen. I got to see a Beyonce concert at Yonge and Dundas Square from the roof of the Sears building onto Yonge and Dundas Square. So all those things were great. So honorable mention there. My favorite job was Colossus. Colossus was fun.
That was I think mine as well, because you had us three, plus you had Vince worked there, who's a guest on the show. You've seen him.
Frank worked there for a day.
For about a weekend, yeah, if that.
It was mostly us four, though.
Yeah.
And we met a lot of cool people working there.
We had a couple cool people. It was fun. Like, you were concession. No, you were floor. Sorry, you were
Memories
floor.
of working like the Spider-Man opening day.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Zoos in there.
And I liked it. I actually
Colossus was the highest grossing theater in Canada for Spider-Man. We got an award for that. And like the second or third highest in North America.
What's with us working at like the busiest theater, the busiest EB Games? Oh, EB Games I worked at.
Oh, yeah. We like the challenge, man. We don't
But
back
I think
down.
honorable mention for you two is EB Games because that's where you met your wife.
That would be my honorable mention.
And honorable mention for me, also second honorable mention would be IKEA because that's where I
This
met
is like
my
I
wife.
can't name 5 TV shows.
Yeah.
Here's 15 of them though.
I know. I think I've enjoyed. I've never had a job that I've hated. IKEA was 7 years of my life,
IKEA, yeah.
and it had ups and downs, but it was great and close to my house. A lot of really good friends. Got a lot to do. A lot of cool things. And before that was Sears, and before that was Colossus. I had a lot of jobs. I'm actually the opposite of you. I did Sears, so I did Colossus for like 3 years, 2 years.
I don't know.
16?
I was telling Nick, I thought Colossus was a lot longer than it was, and we did the math recently.
I was there a year and a half.
Yeah, a year and a half. But
Yeah,
it felt
so
like we were there for like
I might have
5
been.
years.
I think I was the last one to leave. I must have been 2 years.
Yeah.
So Colossus 2 years. So 16 to 18. 18 I went to Sears. Yeah, I was at Sears from 18 to 21, and then I was at IKEA from 21 till 3 years ago.
Colossus was the best because we were all there, and the debauchery, like the fact that they pretty much let kids run that place.
Yes.
Because
the managers were off in their office.
The managers were
would be
like
in the
some of the
office,
managers
but
were like
in their 20s and 30s,
like 20 years old.
Some
yeah.
were older, like Raymond and stuff.
Yeah, I like that guy.
And then, but the supervisors, like the floor supervisors, the foods.
Yeah,
like,
we were supervisors. We ran shit. I was 16.
I know, and if you were 18 and a supervisor, like you were old as shit, and they were offering you like manager position at that point.
Exactly. At 18, you were like, you were management.
They offered me treasurer. Remember, there was a treasurer.
Treasurer of Colossus.
They offered me treasurer once, but there was a couple of them. Like there's just one. And I literally turned down because I'm like I can't stay here till 1 a.m. My mom has to pick me up.
Yeah.
Like I can't stay here till 1 a.m.
Colossus was your favorite?
But there was like a $1 increase in pay to do it. But it was a title.
Colossus is another honorable mention. We're all saying a lot of these jobs are our favorites because of other factors. You with Sears with the concerts and going out and stuff. Colossus was because we all got to hang together.
Yeah, it was like never work.
If we take it for just work though, my favorite job was being a barista. I just found it so enjoyable. I found being able to make drinks and not really have to deal with customers at times where you're just making drinks and putting them out. I thought that was my favorite job.
You know what job actually? So retail, I never did retail. Like at Colossus, I was food services, right? So I worked at Taco Bell, KFC, Pizza Hut. Then I did Burger King, New York Fries, all that good stuff. So food services, not technically retail. Yeah. And from there, I went to Sears and I was working in security. Right, I worked security there for 3 years, and then I worked at IKEA security as well for 7 years.
Behind the scenes.
So 10 years of security, but so very much customer service because I deal with the irate customer. So I'm the guy who sometimes gets escalated to. So a lot of really, really, really good experience there. But I did have one seasonal job in actual retail, which was at Fossil.
LCBO. I also worked at LCBO.
You did a season there, didn't you? Yeah. Frank worked at Fossil, and I think he hooked me up with that job. Remember you worked at Fossil?
Frank hooked me up with Baskin Robbins' job.
Yeah. Good guy, Frank.
Good guy, Frank.
But he hooked me up with Fossil.
I worked at Rogers too.
Oh yeah, you did. And the Jamie Campbell
Rogers
star.
was almost like the cusp of getting a real-ish job. Like you were making like $18 an hour.
Rogers,
and that was growth potential.
I was very much set up at Rogers through the managers I worked with. I was very much set up to
make a career.
Go places.
Yeah,
there.
like you could have done
I bailed
IT there.
And I started my own business, which worked out.
Yeah.
So it was a fork in the road, and I took a risk, and it worked out. But continue.
But yeah, I'm saying Fossil was my only like retail job where I was actually selling a product or working in that capacity to customers.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. I only did it for like 3 months.
I liked
fun.
the customer service, and I think that's where like I would want to send my kid. Yeah, like whether it's food service is like a bitch because people are so freaking picky for their $6 combo. Like you get some annoying customers there, but retail, clothing, whatever.
I hated that job, but I would still like my kid to do it.
Like you got to learn. Like you get thrown in the fire. Like again, working classes. I went from floor, which was, ticket ripping, to cleaning cinemas, to then they kind of like move you up to like, I did box office and customer service was like my corner.
Yeah.
I was back there dealing with all the idiots.
Because you were at a year and a half, you were a senior person on the ground. You were like, by the time you ended, you were senior.
Yeah, pretty much.
And yeah, you were running guest services. Stuff like that.
I was pretty much assigned guest services.
If we went to
every
Colossus right
weekend.
now and asked for a job, I'm pretty sure they just make you like CEO of Famous Players.
Yeah.
And then I got a side promotion with Vince to the birthday party
girls. Yeah.
We broke the gender barrier there,
which is great.
Your title was birthday party
girls.
Birthday party girl Nick, come in, and I would respond over the walkie.
Yeah, because birthday party boy, it just didn't seem right. Birthday party girl
sounds kind of weird too.
Yeah.
So but you learn stuff, and I had to go in front of auditoriums with 400 people, and remember when they did that? Like, give a stupid spiel, like some kid with the microphone, be like, "Hey guys, just a reminder, turn all your cell phones off, and welcome to Famous Players Classes."
I missed that from
big
theaters.
sound,
big screen.
Well, I go to some special screenings now, like the movies come out before.
And they kind of do that.
Yeah, well, they do those.
Or if you go to TIFF, they do that too.
Yeah, when they do so special screenings stuff like that, they do it, but on a regular show.
I still know, like, because if you go into Colossus, each theater has like that little
door.
What's it called? Not door, but yeah, a little
cabinet.
breaker box, box, and there's no key lock. I know the combo if you want to like shut down the audio and just turn the microphone on.
Don't do it.
Okay. All 20 people.
But we've had some good jobs. I think so let's just switch it up a little bit. Any job you regret, like you wish you never done, like Swiss Chalet.
I left Blue Notes.
You did Swiss Chalet, didn't you?
Yeah, Swiss Chalet sucked because I don't have very manly hands. You had to like manhandle the hot ass chicken, so I used to like triple glove, and it would still burn my hand. I hated that job. And that was the point where Mike Cincinnati hooked me with that job, and I was desperate.
He hooked me up with Sears.
I was desperate for something, and I was looking at like 2 shifts a week there. It was garbage. And when I left Blue Notes, I didn't like Blue Notes either. But when I left Blue Notes to go to Costa Blanca, and I was in the stock, like it was in the back hallway of Yorkdale, opening so many bags and boxes of clothes. Just shit work.
So that Costa Blanca.
Yeah, I hated that. I regret.
What job do you regret?
I don't think I really.
Well, if there's one job you have to like get rid of, like not do, go back and not relive it.
I guess Sears. I worked Sears housewares department, mostly because it was the housewares department.
17-year-old, I'm an expert at housewares.
Like I was 17, 18-year-old kid, and every other person they get like hired there is like middle-aged women who can sell you this. Like I never knew what a lemon zester was.
Were like my mom.
Yeah, like people are like, hey, what's a lemon? Can I get a lemon zester? I'm like, I don't know what lemon zester is. Why do you need this? You tell me. And then they'd be like, which one do you recommend? I'm like, I don't know.
The more expensive one.
Yeah, and people are asking questions about housewares. I did learn stuff, which was neat, but no, I guess I could drop that one.
Here's a fun fact. Do you guys know I worked at UPS?
You didn't you quit? You were working like crazy midnight hours.
Yeah.
So I heard you tell us a story one time where like the thing was going too fast.
It's exactly it. It was in between one job and the other, and the UPS, Red Jane Steel was close, and they hired you, and the only position they had hired was with the midnight shift. You'd start at 11 p.m. and I finished at 7 a.m. And it was did the orientation, it was fine, and they told you pick one of 3 things: you're a sorter, a loader, or unloader.
Sounds very Hunger Games. Like
Yeah, exactly.
You're a farmer.
Sorter, unloader, or loader, and they picked for you. You could not pick between those three. They picked for you. The sorter was the greatest. You would stand in a fixed position. The packages would come, and you just kind of sort them, like there, this, whatever. Unloader, self-explanatory. Take things off, put it on the conveyor belt that takes them out of the truck, and loader. I got picked loader, which is a conveyor belt full of product
Coming your way.
coming into the truck, and it's actually pretty quick. And you're supposed to take it off the conveyor belt and stack them. And they teach you. There's a supervisor there that works with you for a few days. It teaches you there's a stacking technique because these trucks get filled, right? And so it's not just throwing things into the truck. And it was tough. Some of this shit was heavy. Like I remember one time it was a tire. It was like a conveyor belt. Tire, and then these super heavy boxes, and then how do you stack a tire with it's all like boxes, and then you get a hockey stick in like a box, and then like how the hell, right? And I
think one of those jobs, if I had it now and I was just I had to get this job for whatever reason, I would just like, fuck this, I'm out, and just leave. I did that with Costa Blanca.
Oh, so this kind of what I did, because I wanted unloader job was way easier. Unloader, you just kind of like push things, like you had to carry, but you just like push things onto the conveyor belt and just kind of push them off and lift them on the conveyor belt. It was a little easy because you didn't have to do the stacking thing. So one time I was stacking, and I was like in my brain, like this job is terrible. I can't do this for longer, right? And I stacked high, and shit fell on me. Yeah. Right?
Wimmis.
Boxes fell on me, and at first it hurt because it actually pushed me back onto the ground, and the conveyor belt keeps going. There's no automatic stop. Like it kept going.
It should be like a treadmill where you have the thing, the key attached to your waist.
You're right. But there was an emergency stop, but you had to physically press it, right?
And you can't do that with boxes.
And you're not allowed. You could stop it, but you're only allowed to stop it for like 3 or 4 seconds.
Like you're having a heart attack. Or don't push this button.
Yeah, because there's more stuff coming, right? So it delays everyone, the sorters and everything like that. So I wasn't able to press it. Shit fell on me, and at first I was hurt, and I was like, oh, am I okay? I wiggled my toes, wiggled my hands, I was fine. And then I tried to get up, and I think I could have got up. I think if I pushed these boxes off, like I could have got off. But then it was just like a moment of realization where I'm like, no, like this is me. This is now my life.
I'm now being shipped.
I just laid there, and like I didn't even make an effort to move the boxes off because they were heavy, and I wasn't hurt. So I was just like, this is my life.
But I was hoping taking like a 5-minute siesta.
I was hoping my supervisor would come by, see me, and rescue me. But I laid there for about 20 minutes. No one rescued me.
What's happening to the boxes?
They were still coming. They were falling off, like more onto me.
Is everyone just so tranced in their job that they can't even pay attention?
And so finally, I'm like, okay, no one's gonna rescue me. So I got up, and like moved the boxes around, and I was out, and I was a shit show now. It was like this truck was. Because there's boxes everywhere now, and the conveyor belt was like being backed up. So I hit the stop button. And
I wish you would have closed the truck. Just, you're good.
So I press the stop button. When the stop button gets pressed, a little red light goes out. So my supervisor saw the red light, comes over. He's like, everything goes, what the hell happened? Right? I told him, like, I fell. That shit fell on me. And he was pissed. He's like, okay, get out of the truck. And he had to fix it. He fixed it, right? And he was really good at it. I remember he was really good. He was a young guy. He may have been 25 or whatever. He fixed it, and the next day I went in. I'm like, this job's not for me. And they're like, okay, yeah, we understand that. They're like, okay, off you go.
Like warehouse style jobs are just not for us.
That reminds me. I had a warehouse job for about 3 weeks. My uncle hooked me up with it, and that was like good at the time because it was like $13 an hour. That was like unheard of back then. But I left after 3 weeks, not because it sucked, though it did suck. It was the afternoon shift, like 3 to 11.
Your whole day's gone.
Your whole day's gone, but. It was just because then I got a summer job in my field, social work. So I was like, and I took a pay cut for it because this was just kind of like $10 an hour. But I was like, well, I got to build up the resume. So I left, but I would have done it and whatever. So, and I lost weight working that job because you're always moving.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I hit my Jenny Craig goal.
Oh, yeah?
That helped me lose those stubborn last 6 pounds.
Remember that Jenny Craig?
That was our dirty secret.
I got to go back.
How many different diets have you guys been on?
Not that many. Jenny Craig was great. We'll talk about that another day.
In a sequel to our weight loss topic.
Yeah, because we're bringing back fitness. Fitness is a topic we got to touch again because now you're going back to the gym.
Yeah, give me like 2 weeks to like.
I'm going to the gym because you're going to the gym, and I want to talk about Jenny Craig.
I'm going to the gym because
and Jenny Craig changed my life.
That topic was too damn long.
I like that topic though.
It was a good topic.